Hello, I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man. Lucy Marlow is a familiar face. She's a senior associate solicitor within JMW's Intellectual Property Department. Now, Lucy, I don't want to come across as a party pooper, but it is the Queen's Platinum Jubilee this weekend. The nation is excited. If I was to say to you that I was going to put the FIFA World Cup logo on something, you'd probably sort of say to me, "Oh, be careful with that, Dominic. Don't do that." So what can you do in relation to the Jubilee?
So the Queen has relaxed the rules around use of the term Platinum Jubilee to enable communities to run events and to people to, participate and enjoying this occasion. So you can have events, projects, you can name buildings using the words Platinum Jubilee, but there are limits. So it's not free rein to associate with the royalty and to use some of the crown jewels, the IP owned by the crown. So, for example, you can use Platinum Jubilee, you can use the word Jubilee, but there's certain things you can't do. So you couldn't say, for example, Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee. In the guidance note, it refers to, can I name my boat Platinum Jubilee? And yes, you can. But if you were to go away and say Queen's Platinum Jubilee on your boat, I mean, I don't own a boat, but say if I wanted to know the answer to that, well, no, you couldn't do that without permission. And a lot of people think, it's only a small event, for example, in my road, or, I'm only selling one or two mugs with this particular slogan or, name on it, but you could still be caught. So it is worth making sure that you fall on the right side of while celebrating.
And when you mentioned boats, then it rang something in my mind. Then I'm sure, wasn't there a case involving aeroplanes and an association with the royal family?
Yeah, you're referring to the Ryanair case, where Ryanair ran a advertising campaign, and the slogan that they used was "Prince's Secret Revealed." And in response to that, the ASA, the Advertising Standards Authority, got involved, and they required that ad was immediately removed. But not only can you fall foul of the advertising rules, but there are other protections in place for the Crown's intellectual property rights, for example, trademarks. So if some of the Crown's rights are trademark protected, so if you use them without authorization, you could face a trademark infringement claim. And the bad side of that is that if you're found to infringe, then the Crown could come after you for damages. Also, some of the Crown's images are protected by copyright law. So using, a typical portrait of the Queen, like what we find on, the stamps, that, again, if you use that, you could fall foul of copyright law. And copyright law not only entitles the rights holder to the remedy of stopping the infringement, but also financial compensation. So it's really important to make sure any advertising, marketing campaigns that you're launching are checked first.
It's all fascinating. And I remember talking to you a few months back now about the Commonwealth Games, and I will put a link to that video in the comments in case anybody wants to watch that. How does this sort of differ from that then, through associating yourself with the Commonwealth Games and the Jubilee?
Sure. I mean, they're both very similar, Dominic. It's all about an association. Obviously, sometimes there's more of a commercial driver behind it. So in the a lot of large sporting events, such as the Commonwealth Games, for example, or the Olympics, if you want to be an official partner, you have to pay for those rights. So to use the Olympic rings or to use the World Commonwealth Games Birmingham, you'd have to pay to do that. And also there's lots of legislation around it. So not only will the rights holders have trademarks in place, but for example, with the Olympics, there's the right of association. And if you try and, associate with that particular event, which, let's face it, probably has enormous commercial value to a business, you could fall on the wrong side of the law.
Lucy, you've put my mind at ease now. I now know that Her Majesty the Queen isn't going to pick up the phone to you when I put my bunting out at the front of the house. But on a serious note, how can you help brand holders or business owners who suspect that their intellectual property has been infringed?
So first of all, I'd strongly recommend you act quickly. So pick up the phone to your lawyer, or you could call me and we could just scope out exactly what's gone on. So what your rights are, what's been infringed, what your remedies are, and also map out an appropriate strategy, because every case has, its own nuances, and we can work with you on that and get you to a place where you achieve your objective. It might be you do stop the infringement. You might also want to receive some compensation. Maybe you want to actually collaborate with this partner. So it's actually could be an opportunity. These are all things that can be thrown into the mix, and we can help you to achieve your objective.
Lucy, thank you very much for your insight. Whatever you and your family are doing for the Jubilee, have a wonderful time. You can email Lucy, insideman@jmw.co.uk, or call 0161 82 81 999.
I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.